did a poll on my Instagram asking what video I should film next. It was between a boohoo haul and an everyday makeup routine. I had a look on boohoo and unfortunately there wasn't hardly anything that I liked, and nothing that I actually liked was in stock in my size, so I thought I'd go for the makeup video instead. So I've just had a shower, I've put on some a white t-shirt and some joggers, and I thought I would just do like a normal makeup kind of thing that I would usually, like, I thought I would just do makeup that I usually would wear if we was going out, and then I might do my hair after as well, because I did straighten my hair when I washed it, but yeah, it's needed a bit of love. So yeah, I thought I'd just film. I thought it would get nice and close with my makeup free face. I do have a bit of fake tan on, and as you can see I do have quite a lot of redness around my cheeks and around my nose. So yeah, let's get into it. The first thing that I'm going to do is actually I'm going to pop my hair up and get my hair all out of my face. Right, the next thing I'm using is this original like serum thing that I got bought for my birthday. I was told that it's really good for stopping aging, so I use that before my foundation and I just pat it into my skin, covering all the essential areas. Right, next I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. So I'm just using a little, I think it's actually an eyelash brush. So I'm just brushing my eyelashes upwards, and now I'm using an angled brush and dipping into my Urban Decay, I think it's called Born to Run palette, and I'm just going to use the Good As Gone shade. So yeah, I just fill in all the blank spaces, and then I start to sort of rub it in up to the top, and then brush it in with my little brush thing. Yeah, now I'm just going to do the front of my eyebrow. I try to keep this as sparse as I can by rubbing in just the excess powder that's on the brush. But yeah, sometimes this doesn't always go to plan. Sometimes it looks a bit blocky, but you know, what can you do? So yeah, done the other one now. Just going to fill in the front again. Yeah, I like to do this little move to spread out the powder. Okay, right, so now I'm going to carve out my eyebrows. And this is my absolute favourite concealer. This is the Stay Naked concealer by Urban Decay. And I'm just using a very small brush from Bobbi Brown. So I'm just going to carve out the bottoms of my brows and just in between my brows. And this is when you notice when you need your eyebrows to be waxed or threaded, because you get to see all the tiny little hairs that sit underneath. So yeah, you just cover those up like they're not there. Covering them up again, covering up my unibrow. Perfect. Right, now I'm just going to use the Zoeva. I think this is actually a concealer buffing brush. I think that's what it's called, but I'll link it down below anyway. And yeah, I'm just, although it doesn't look very light, I am lightly going over my my eyelids, just rubbing it all in, doing a little bit at the top. Not too much, because I don't like the concealer colour to come through differently to the foundation colour, so I literally just try to do sort of a minimal amount on the top. So yeah, rubbing that all in, having a little dance, because I had a great playlist on at the time. Right, okay, so moving on to foundation. Huda Beauty is one of my favourites. This one is also one of my favourites, which is from Primark, and obviously the classic Maybelline Fit Me. My latest thing that I've been doing is mixing Fit Me with the Primark one. And if you don't know, that Primark one is a dupe for the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and it's absolutely incredible. It's super coverage, like camouflage coverage, it's crazy. So yeah, just rubbing this all over my face using my brush that I used to mix the two foundations together. Don't really do this very neatly. And I'm just going to buff it all in with my beauty blender. I use the black beauty blender because it doesn't show up all the stains as much. Even though you can really see it on the camera, but it didn't look that bad when I used it. So yeah, going around my neck, going around the back of my ears, buffing it all in. You can see that my nose is really red, and I have actually got hay fever and I kept sneezing whilst I was filming this, so yeah, hence the red nose. So yeah, spend my life buffering in my foundation. It takes absolutely ages. Slowly starting to look better than I did before. Yeah, that's great. Keep buffing. Get the foundation off of your earring, because that's a telltale sign that you've got makeup on. Yep. Yeah, not too bad. Wish I would have put a bit more on my nose, but you know, what can you do? Right, moving on to contour, not concealer. I warm the contour up on the back of my hand so it doesn't go too sort of stubborn on my face. And then using a silk finish brush from, I think it's from Zoeva, I pat it onto my skin. I don't rub it in, because I just find if I rub it in, I actually move all of the foundation I've just spent so long buffing into my skin. So yeah, I just lightly buff this over the top to sort of chisel out my face a little bit more. There we go. There we go. This takes me ages. Right, now moving on to concealer. So again, I'm in an R in between the Born This Way and the Stay Naked. The Born This Way is a little bit too pale for me. Oh, I'm leaving this on for four minutes to bake into my skin. Then I'm pinching my beauty blender to get right up into all the little crevices. Buffing it all in. Again, this takes absolutely ages. There we go. So the first thing I do is I do a sort of rough blend. As you can see, it's not fully rubbed in everywhere. So I sort of get the main areas, and then I go back with the bottom of my beauty blender that's got all the foundation on it, just so it looks quite sort of seamless. There we go, there we go. Also adds a bit more colour in the right places. There we go. Did not mean to push the beauty blender onto my face. Right, moving on to setting my face. I don't really like setting my face, but I need to because everything moves around. So I just very lightly set my face with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Just buffing that all into my skin, under my eyes to make it sure I don't get too many creases. There we go. Try not to go into my eyebrows because I don't really want powder in my eyebrows. Okay, very quickly moving on to not eyebrows, eyelids, eyeshadow. Yep, this is my little collection of eyeshadow brushes that I love. Oh, and a little surprise visit from Tiki, who did not want to be picked up. Right, okay, so moving on to eyelids. First thing I'm going to start off with is MAC Dark Deepest, which is actually a bronzer. Using one of my MAC blending brushes, I'm just going to blend that into my eyelid. I really like this colour. I actually wear this colour quite a lot on its own anyway. So yeah, I think it's just sort of a nice day-to-day one. And then I'm going between henna and sandalwood in my rose gold remastered Huda beauty palette. Just buffing that all in. Again, this takes me ages, which is why I sped it up for you. Yep, nearly there, nearly there. One eye done, two eyes done. It's what we like to see. Right, now moving on to contouring. I'm using this Nars brush, which is absolutely incredible. And I flick the powder up to try and keep the line of my contour. There we go, trying to make it look like I've got a cheekbone, which I don't. All around the double chin, there we go. Now up on the top. Yeah, and of course down my nose. You may notice I have quite a wide nose, so it needs a lot of contour. Right, now I'm actually going to use a different brush to blend it all in again, and I really like this in the sort of apples of my cheeks and in circular motion, so I kind of put it in place with the flat brush, go in with the round brush. Now I'm using the Nars blush in Orgasm. Love the name. Yeah, now I'm just going to put that into the apples of my cheeks, blend it all in together. There we go. Right, these are my two favourite highlighters at the moment. I've literally got so many, and I don't like so many of them. This is a Wet n Wild one, and this one is so cheap. It's one of my favourite day-to-day ones. The other one's more of an evening highlight. I don't know, I just think this looks really subtle. It catches the light really nicely, but it doesn't look too OTT. It's got kind of like a pearlish, pinkish kind of shade to it. So yeah, popping that down my my forehead, a little bit on my top lip. Could have done a little bit more on my nose, but you know, we're working with it. We're working with it. Right, going back into the Huda Beauty palette, I'm actually using an eyeshadow brush that come with an Urban Decay palette, just to go on my down on my bottom lid, smoke it all out, blend it all into the top. Gonna brush my eyebrows again because I've got a lot of powder stuck in there. Try and make them look as fresh as I can and not too cakey. Now I'm using this brow mascara, which was only £1 from Primark. It's not great, but it does the job until I get my brows laminated again. Right, now moving on to eyeliner. Just dropped it on the floor, which was not ideal. To my top and bottom lid. The top one I use the Kat Von D tattoo liner, which is nearly running out. Yeah, that's just to make it look a bit more smoky. I thought I was going to do my bottom lid then, which I definitely do not do. Yep, so that's sort of really easy eyeshadow look. I'm in an hour in between these two. I actually went for the Better Than Sex one by Too Faced. Yeah, yeah, I've had this for ages and I go off it and then I really, really love it again. So I do 2 coats of this usually to get them looking as big as possible. I don't have any eyelashes left at home that aren't misshaped, so yeah. Taking my hair down, thinking we're nearly done. Need to do my lips. Wipe off all the foundation. Right, now I'm gonna line my lips with my favourite liner, which is actually from Primark, and the Sexy Mother Pucker, which is Soap and Glory in, I think it's called Bare Nude, but I'll leave the link down below. Overlining my lips because I have really, really tiny little lips and I'm too scared of needles to get lip filler. So overlining is the way for me. Now I'm going to use my Sexy Mother Pucker, which actually tingles a little bit when you put it on. But I love this colour. I think this is such a nice day-to-day colour. It's not too much and it fades really, really nicely. Right, now I'm going to sort my hair out because it's very messy. So I'm just going to do some very, very loose curls with my Cloud9 straighteners. I use the large ones because my hair is really, really, really thick and it takes me absolutely ages. But yeah, that is the finished look. I just bunged up the back into a loose bun, popped on a little going out top. So yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to my channel and I will see you soon. Bye!